it might be a little bit harder for you to actually get on it. You might say, oh, it's easy, I usually stay up at night anyway. It is different when you're actually working, when you're actually using your brain instead of just scrolling through TikTok for hours on end until it's midnight. Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, my goals at this video is to hopefully walk you through how to shift to having a night shift or a graveyard shift. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Lai Lacaba. I'm working from home since I was 15 years old, and now we're an outsourcing company here in the Philippines. And I post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home. So make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, if you are someone who's getting into night shift or graveyard shift, where you're probably working about 10 p.m. to maybe 4 or 5 a.m. your time, then it is going to be a lot of adjustment. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle, especially if you're someone who is used to just doing the morning shift, or even worse, if you are a morning person yourself. However, it is doable. Within 2XU, we don't have a lot of clients who are asking for the assistance to be night shift because it's really not for everyone. If you're not someone who can be strong enough to make that shift, if you don't have a lot of what I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be harder for you to make that shift eventually to be working at night and then sleeping by day. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to slowly transition into your new schedule. If you've never done night shift before, then it might be a little bit harder for you to actually get on it. You might say, oh, it's easy, I usually stay up at night anyway. It is different when you're actually working, when you're actually using your brain instead of just scrolling through TikTok for hours on end until it's midnight. So slowly shift. What that means is you need to shift your sleep schedule. You need to shift when you go to bed. Let's say that your work starts on Monday. It's already Friday. So you want to start shifting, okay, when do I want to go to sleep to make sure that I still get 8 hours of sleep? So then it could be that because the shift is at 10 p.m., then you might want to be able to go to bed at like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So then you can at least get 8 hours of sleep before you want to get up at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the evening. So you want to already start thinking and literally flipping your schedule of what time you usually go to bed at night anyway. So let's say 10 p.m. So you want to go to sleep at 10 a.m. So you're making that shift, so then it's easier for you to already get used to that schedule. You can do this bit by bit. You don't have to jump into it unless, of course, your job requires you to. But you can start shifting and getting used to being in that schedule. The next thing is stick to that schedule. It's going to be harder if you keep jumping around from one sleep time or wake time to another, because your body will have to adjust to that, of having to be awake at night when it's usually awake in the morning, of being active at night. So you want to stick to that schedule. Create habits that will help you stick to that schedule. It could be that your room is totally covered in the day. You don't have any sunlight coming in, sadly, and just kind of covering up your room. And then when you wake up in the morning, which is 5 a.m., you open up all the windows, you kind of let a little bit of sunlight in. So you have little things they've already put in place to make sure that you succeed. It could be putting a habit in of running right as you wake up. So then you are running a little bit at night, you are getting some endorphins in, you're making sure that you are actually already up. It could be that part of your habit when you go to sleep in the morning is you do a little bit of journaling, you calm yourself down, so then you're ready for a bed. So there's a lot of different things that you can put in place to transition, but you have to stick to your schedule. It's really important that you do. Next is one that I've already mentioned, which is be active. Try to move around and make sure that your body does move around. It's going to be so tempting to just do a night shift and then not work out at all, not move your body around. So try to set a timer for doing stretches, maybe do the Pomodoro method, where every 20 minutes you get up and do a little bit of stretch for 5 minutes. Or you can even opt to going to the gym. You can even put in a run, maybe at the beginning of your shift or at the end of your shift, some sort of way to keep yourself moving. This will give your body a good regulation, even as it's kind of burning itself out a little bit at the start when you are in night shift. So then you can get up and be more active faster. You can tap into that of like, hey, I can just go for a run right now. I can just go right now and kind of feel a bit better for myself and keep going. Next is you need to make sure that you're actually eating right. So of course, when you're doing night shift, it's going to be, again, a little bit harder on your body to start. So you need to make sure that you're giving your body the right nutrients. This can go from making sure that you have a good hearty breakfast at the start of your day, at the start of your shift, so you can last longer. It could be making sure that you don't eat a lot right before going to bed, so your body's not as active. So there's a lot of different things that, of course, me as a virtual assistant coach, I can't really give you more than a dietitian would, but just keep in mind to avoid a lot of the unhealthy things. It's really tempting to just go ahead and order fast food. It's really tempting to just always have fried food, but try to have variety in your food so you're taking care of yourself well. Next is don't have too much caffeine. And I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be tempting to have caffeine every single day as you start work, but try to not overload yourself and your body with caffeine. It's going to hurt you in the long run, especially if you are having a lot of energy drinks, which is high on sugar. It's going to really damage your body. So make sure that you take care of yourself by not having too much caffeine. And also, as a bonus, try not to get into sleeping pills. Try to train your body to really sleep right after your shift, so then you are not being kept awake the whole day. Next is, as you're transitioning, just take naps as you need them, as long as you set an alarm, of course. Make sure that you have 2 or 3 or maybe 4 alarms set up so you can wake up, but just keep trying to really train your body into being up at a certain time. Next thing you do is to make sure that your household is on board. What this means is making sure that every single person that you live with, whether it's family or friends or your roommates, know that you are doing night shift. This way that they won't be inviting you to things at the middle of the day. This also means that they will support you in any way that they can as you make that shift. And of course, making sure that they don't disturb you while you're working at night. It's kind of just creating that boundary to make sure that they understand what you're trying to do and that they will also understand the shift. So one of the problems that usually people run across is just being around noisy family. So when you are able to set that boundary, like, hey, this is what I need to do, this is what I need from you guys to be able to get to where I want to go, please help me support me on this. It's just that communication actually helps and helps you succeed in the long run as well. And of course, a very important thing to do when you're trying to do a shift is to make sure that when you do sleep, you're out. Make sure that you're really training your body that this is now the time that we go to sleep. Make sure that you are eliminating any other distractions. That's why in the previous tip I just said talk to the people that you live with, because then they don't distract you, they don't make too much noise, they make sure that you're able to go to sleep really well. So it's really making sure that you're setting up different systems to help support you as you make this shift. Now again, working on a night shift is not for everyone. You do need to put a couple of things in place to be able to be successful at it, but most of the time when you do night shift, you're able to work with just different clients overseas. You're not just stuck with the people who are probably in the same time zone as you, but you're able to also shift to having, if you're from the Philippines, US clients to European clients, you can make that shift easier when you're able to train yourself in night shift. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below. Have you tried night shift before, and what are your own tips? And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, which you guys can check out those 2 playlists right here and the latest video right here. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.